Hi, welcome to the next installment of Open Source Mallets. I'm partway into a wrap right now. This is a wrap on one of the rubber core multi-tone set of sticks that I'm currently working on and that just showed up in the blog on my site, billsalick.com. It's just been rebuilt. Go check it out. It's a great site. I'm stopping here because I realize that I'm at the stage where I want to talk about the next sort of more advanced topic in mallet wrapping that I want to address, which is wrapping at different angles to adjust the mallet head shape. All the wrapping that we've done so far in the first series of videos is tall. You're basically wrapping along this one angle that we've talked about, and I'm 30 wraps in here, and you can see we're about where we expect to be. If I hold it up close to the camera, we're starting to get pretty good core coverage. We've developed that hole in the top of the mallet for stitching that we've talked about. And I'm going to tie this off actually mid-wrap. I'm going to tie this off 30 wraps in so I can set it down and show you what I'm talking about. There are commercial mallets made with a bunch of different mallet sizes. I'm sorry, mallet head shapes, not sizes. And sizes, but shapes, talking about shapes. A lot of what governs the finished mallet's shape is the shape of a core, so a lot of times taller sort of shaped mallets like this start off with cores that are usually round. And a lot of times the wider ones start off with cores like this that are more sort of disc-shaped. And the final mallet is really influenced mostly by the core shape, but you can make little tweaks to it as you start wrapping. So for example, these two mallets right here, this one is, they both have 1 1/8 inch cores. This one was wrapped entirely with tall wraps that pretty much go all the way around at the angle we talked about before. This one, and hopefully you can see from the shape that it's a little bit wider, it's a little bit rounder, and especially up here in this part of the mallet head, there's a different kind of curvature. Some people like that. This one was made, this gray one, was made with an intermediate layer of yarn wrapped at a steep angle. So there was a tall wrap and then an angled wrap and then back to the tall wrap to finish for the stitching. You obviously have to finish with a tall wrap because if you don't, the stitches don't have anything to grab. So to do that, because I want to do that with these sticks, I'm 30 wraps in, and I've tied it off, and now instead of wrapping over the top around the edges of the hole, I'm going to go at a much steeper angle. I've done 2 of them, and I'll bring this up. You can see that that angle on those 2 wraps right there is much, much steeper. And once you do about 10 or 15 of these, what you're going to see is that it really does start to influence the shape of the mallet head. 6, 7, 8. I lose count so easily. 9, 10, getting there. 12, 13, 14, 15. And you can see at 15 in that the mallet head is now starting to get significantly wider, and that we're building up this little ledge a little bit further down. I'm going to go up to 20. And then once I'm up to 20, 18, 19, apologies again, 20. Once I'm up to 20, I'm going to go back to wrapping tall. And you'll see in the finished mallet that it will have more of this kind of shape than this taller oval kind of shape. That's pretty much how you do it. You can experiment with the number of wraps, the steepness of the angle. Again, you're going to want to put those wraps close to the center of the mallet, because if you put them too close to the outside, the tall wrap, the stitches aren't going to grab. The stitches are not going to grab those steep wraps, and they can sort of slide around and unravel inside unless you keep them close to the core. Anyway, I'm going to finish this, and I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks. Hi, welcome back. I've thrown, after doing the 20 wide-angle wraps, I've thrown another 40 sort of a finish layer on top, and you can see again that finished mallet head is starting to have that slightly wider, rounder, less tall, less oval shape, which in this case is what I'm looking for. I'm going to stitch this up, and you'll be seeing it on the blog fairly soon, I hope. Thanks.